Welcome to episode 7 for subscriber Creepypasta. This time around it's a gaming Creepypasta scary story from Facebook Messenger. And first thing first, before I get started, if you guys have missed the other episodes, you guys can check it out in the playlist. I already created it. I forgot to add the episode 6 in the to the playlist, so you guys can check that out and along with the other episodes. And if you guys want your story shared and you guys have a scary story of your own, or you would like to send me one, you can send me your story here on YouTube, and private message, Kick Messenger, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also on PlayStation Network if you guys can, and if you guys choose to. But it's okay if you don't have one. But I'm really enjoying the series. Hope you guys are continuing to enjoy the series as well. And one thing I want to say before I get started, this coming week, this is going to be the only video I'm doing today. And what I decided is that since I beat Vice City a couple days ago, I think this week I'm just going to try to upload tons of GTA Vice City videos alongside the campaign, because I'm basically almost finished with the Call of Duty 4 campaign. I'm more than halfway through it, so I think I'm going to try to finish that. And since I already beat Vice City, I'm going to try to put as many videos up as I can for Vice City all this week, because the finale of Life is Strange is going to be coming out next Tuesday. And I'm definitely going to be playing that and looking forward to how that plays out for the finale, and see what turns out and see what happens with Mr. Jefferson and all the characters and stuff. And maybe she can unwind time to bring Chloe back since she got shot in the head and stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to be working on. And also I'm going to be doing more videos with you guys on Call of Duty, and maybe possibly work on doing maybe possibly go back to playing some zombies and stuff with you guys, maybe on World at War if the connections are decent, and maybe some Black Ops 2 zombies and more multiplayer from all the Call of Duty games. So that's what I'm going to be doing this week, and that's my plan. So I'm definitely going to be having more Vice City to come, since I wanted to wrap that game up. So it was definitely long playthrough, so I just don't want the video sitting around and having them, the playthrough drag along, forever and stuff like that. Since I finished the game, I figured why not just have all the videos come out all this week and hopefully get close to wrapping up that playthrough, if not all the videos that I have saved up that I need to upload. So I'm going to get started now, finally. So I wanted to mention that stuff first. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'll be giving my reactions for the story right towards the end, and that'll be it for this episode. So here we go. So it says, so this guy was 16 when it happened. So he says, Rich was really into gaming. One day after school, he stopped by Game Crazy after school. And before I continue, I used to go to Game Crazy, and it sucks that they're out of business now. So now I just get my games from GameStop, and their horrible trade-in deals are just the worst I've ever seen. And there's no other game store out here that I go out to, here in Michigan. I used to get my games from Blockbuster when I wanted to rent them, and now they went out of business. And then there's one place called Funko Land, and this other place EB Games or something like that. And then I didn't really go to GameStop back when those businesses were open, especially Game Crazy. That was my main place that I always got my games from, because they had the best deals. You get a lot more from your trade-ins. No matter how old a game is, you could probably still get like a deal towards a new trade-in or a game that you're trying to get that's new, that just came out, or maybe some kind of new console or something like that. But they always had the best deals. I wish Game Crazy was still open, but it sucks that they don't exist anymore, and they're out of business, because they were right around the corner from where I live, and they're gone now. So all I got, all that's left is just GameStop. So, but continuing. So he was into gaming one day. He stopped by Game Crazy to kill time, since he was over his PlayStation 2, and he saw the Xbox 360. So he gave it a try, and he felt that he wasn't introduced to Xbox 360. He wasn't really known to it, according to what he was saying here. He wasn't really into it that much, because there was no Wi-Fi to try out the online, the experience, the Xbox 360, Xbox Live online experience. So he would go there every day after school. But he saw this guy that was looking for good players that are good competition. So after a month, the guy the guy kept his eye on Rich because he was good at playing video games. So he asked him, "Do you want to be a better gamer?" So he said he wanted to be a better gamer, and he didn't realize it, but it was a trap. A trap to sign a contract with a demon. What is this? He didn't realize it, but it was a trap to sign a contract with a demon. He took him to this creepy building, but there was 3 others playing Halo 3 and Call of Duty online. So he would go there. he would go there because he fell in love with online gaming. That 3 years ago, and by the time he was 19, he asked him if he wanted to be a pro gamer, and he said yes. So he shook his hand the next day, and he was one of the best players at Halo and Call of Duty and Battlefield. But he didn't realize that it wasn't him playing, but a demon that possessed his hands on the first tournament. He got first place. In the other 5 tournaments, he went pro. But when he turned 25, he realized that he regretted what he did, because he got a letter from a demon that told him, "I own you," and the other 3 guys he saw in the room were not human. But demons trying to get him, they weren't human, but they were, he says, the other 3 guys in the room weren't human, and they were trying to get him. They were trying to get him in. So every time he goes to sleep, he's reliving that dream when he made the deal with the demon. That every time he would get online, the demon takes over his body, and every time he goes out, everyone knows that something's wrong with him just by looking into his eyes. He tried to give up gaming, but they would come back like a curse that has been eating him alive from the inside. He tried to find a way out, but he sold his soul at 16 without knowing. He got a good chunk of money after he said yes and signed the contract. He tried to end it all, but he won't go. So his life got darker. The scary part is that the demons all went after him, no matter where he was, or no matter where he would go, and no matter where he went. No matter where he goes or what he does, they were always following him. So he says they're always there. They were all there watching his every move like a possessed controller. One day he went missing, that nobody knows what happened or where did he go or where he went. But every time people would see him online, nobody will ever know what really happened to him until this day. People look up to his name, but it never existed. So that's basically the story. Woo, man. Let me go back. I'm going to back up a little bit, because that's pretty, my reactions. Woo. So he said, trying to go back to the contract. He said, so the guy that was possessed and stuff and being a demon and all, he asked him if he wanted to be a better gamer, so he agreed to it, but he ended up signing a contract with a demon. That's pretty crazy. Woo. That's like something you would see in like a movie or something. That should probably be like a movie. They'll have like a hunted gamer like that, trying to be good at gaming, and then he signs a contract trying to, get good at the game, and they actually help him win tournaments and win tons of money. But he ends up selling his soul, to the devil or the demon or something like that. But that's pretty crazy. Dang. My question is, does he know him? Does he know this guy Rich, or where was he from? Where did he live? And did he live here in the United States? Is he from a different country or something like that? That's pretty crazy. Oh. And he was like, nobody knew what happened to him to this day, and people looked up to his name, but he never really existed. So he was probably good at first person shooters, Halo, Call of Duty, and all, and Battlefield. But Battlefield's not a competitive shooter now. I'm surprised that, I don't even think that is, and I think most people would say most people have different opinions. Most, the maps are big and everything. Most people use vehicles on Battlefield. In my opinion, it's a good first-person shooter to play, but I don't think it would be like on the level of Halo and Call of Duty when it comes to competitive, MLG and being a pro gamer, and good at shooters and all that stuff. I don't think of Battlefield as like a pro level video game for competitive when it comes to Call of Duty, Halo, Counter-Strike, and all those other games. But that's very surprising. I don't know. It kind of creeps me out. Just hearing that he signed a contract and he was seeing these demons and they would follow him and basically stalk him to death and follow his every move, and they will automatically be everywhere around him and stuff. So that's pretty crazy. So that's basically the story. I'm just trying to scroll and make sure I didn't miss anything else here on Facebook, the Facebook Messenger. But that's basically it for the episode. I honestly don't know what to say about that. That's pretty crazy to hear that, a gamer that wanted to go pro so badly, he ended up signing a contract with making a deal with the devil and selling his soul just to be good at the game and not, legitimately try to put the time into it. And, I guess the guy came off as desperate, trying to really, be a pro gamer, and he wasn't really willing to put the time into it. And I guess he ended up signing like a contract with the demon or something like that just to get good at it. And he was magically somehow winning these tournaments, every tournament one by one, and getting first place and winning tons of money from those first-person shooters, Halo 3 and Call of Duty and Battlefield. I don't know. Battlefield, again, I don't think Battlefield is a competitive shooter, compared to Call of Duty, Halo, Counter-Strike, and all those other first-person shooter games that they play, and other games alongside of it that, like, I think Dota and, StarCraft and League of Legends and all that stuff. I know some pro gamers in that too, but I just don't think of Battlefield as like a competitive, shooter. But pretty scary, and it kind of creeps me out, and just like... What if I wanted to be a pro gamer and just, I would never do that. I would just legitimately try to put the time into it, and try to get good at it, and that's what happened to me. That's how I got good at it. This doesn't have anything to do with the story, but that's how I legitimately got good at Call of Duty. I put the time into it. I was playing with my friends from school, and we would come online and just jump in the private match lobby on Call of Duty 4, and that was the first Call of Duty game I played. And the more I played with them, the better I got. I was always a Halo guy, but I put that down and got into Call of Duty, and now that's my first, my favorite all-time favorite first-person shooter game. So that's basically it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have stories, you guys can send them to me. Some of the words were also mismatched and all over the place, but I try to make it as clear as possible for you guys, and hopefully it makes sense. It sounds creepy. It's scary too, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to have another episode soon in the future. And I'm still thinking of Halloween plans and trying to think of what I could do for a Halloween special and stuff. So I'm trying to think of different ideas, because I know Life is Strange is coming out the 20th, but I'm going to be playing that for like a day or two, maybe, depending on how long it is. But I'm still trying to think of what I could do for like a Halloween special. And the one thing I was leaning towards is maybe if I can get more than one story, I could probably just do 2-in-1 episode, as a Halloween special or something like that. But maybe I was trying to think of games I could play for the Halloween special, just all different sorts of ideas that I could do and all that stuff. So again, as I mentioned earlier in the beginning, that's just my plan for this week. Vice City coming up and all that other, Vice City, and then trying to finish up the Call of Duty 4 campaign, and then more videos with you guys for those who want to play, and maybe possibly some zombies and more videos with you guys on the side of different Call of Duty games. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time for the new episode, and whenever that will be. And thank you guys for watching the videos, and check out the ones from yesterday and others from the past couple of days if you guys haven't had the chance to already. So see you guys.